You anytime accept that one acquaintance who aloof can't angle to see you happy. I had a admirable oak timberline in my advanced yard, my shade, my pride, my family's memory, but HOA Karen, obsessively, it blocked the appearance of her abode, and took it aloft herself to cut it down. Big mistake. Afore we get started, I've got a quick catechism for you. Be to animadversion with your area and the time area you are. I'd adulation to see area in the apple, your affability in from. There's a assertive accord that comes from accepting an old timberline in your yard, the way it shades the balustrade in summer, the completive leaves alive in the breeze, the way birds back up every spring. It's like accepting an active allotment of history appropriate al fresco your window. For me, that old oak wasn't aloof any tree. It was the timberline I'd buried with my dad 25 years ago aback. This adjacency was almost added than a clay alley and a few broadcast houses. So, yeah, I had an adapter to it, but allegedly my HOA didn't allotment that sentiment abnormally Karen, the self-appointed agriculture chairperson. It all started on a Tuesday morning. I was sipping coffee on my balustrade aback. I noticed Karen and two added HOA associates pacing forth the sidewalk, pointing at my backyard like they were planning an excavation, clipboard sunglasses, and that archetypal frown that looked assuredly alert to her face. I waved, morning. She didn't like Beachcomber back, aloof, angry to the others, and said, "It's blocking her band of sight. It's not compatible with the adjacency aesthetic." Now I could accept abandoned it. I should accept abandoned it, but I've abstruse if you don't accost a Karen early, she'll booty a mile. So I absolved up and said, something amiss with the tree. Karen adapted her sunglasses. Actually, yes, we've had assorted complaints that this timberline blocks afterimage for access vehicles, and it's not on the accustomed account of advanced backyard flora. I frowned, the accustomed list. It's an oak tree. It's been actuality aback afore the HOA alike existed. Well, she said with that complacent little smile, afresh it should accept been grandfathered in. But aback it wasn't, it needs to be akin or removed absolutely for assurance compliance. I laughed that timberline is not activity anywhere, it's altogether safe. I alike had it inspected aftermost year. Karen broke her clipboard, you accept 10 canicule to abide abatement plan or face a fine. I anticipation she was bluffing, but I underestimated aloof how far she'd go. 2 canicule later, I came home from assignment to acquisition article I'll never forget. The complete hit me first. A grinding, active roar. Chainsaws, afresh I saw it. 2 workers in orange vests were hacking abroad at my oak tree. Huge branches were already accumulated on my lawn, and continuing there, accoutrements crossed, was Karen, authoritative like she was administering an annihilation crew. I ran beyond the backyard yelling, "Hey, what the hell do you anticipate you're doing?" The workers froze, mid-cut, one acicular against Karen. She said it was accustomed by the HOA. Karen smirked. You didn't comply, so we took action. You'll acknowledge me after aback you see how accessible your backyard looks. I was furious. That's my tree. You had no appropriate to blow it. She coiled a duke like it was nothing. It's association beautification, dear. You'll accept a apprehension acknowledging the removal. I looked at the stump. About bisected the timberline gone already. My chest acquainted tight. That timberline was earlier than bisected the bodies in this neighborhood. I alleged the sheriff appropriate afresh and there. Aback the agent arrived. He took one attending at the arena and sighed. "Ma'am," he said to Karen, "did you accept the homeowner's accounting permission for this?" Karen straightened up. "I accept HOA authority. We voted to abolish alarming landscaping. He angry to me. You the homeowner, yeah," I said shaking. "I didn't accredit any of this." He nodded slowly. "Afresh this is arrest and acreage destruction. You'll charge to book a report." Karen's face went pale. "You can't be serious." "This is accepted property." "No, ma'am," he said. "That's his advanced yard. The HOA doesn't own it." I affirm for already Karen didn't accept a comeback. The workers arranged up their accessory and larboard after addition word. That night, I sat on the porch, staring at what was larboard of that tree. Bisected its block gone, the blow splintered and jagged. My dad's old birdhouse, the one we afraid aback I was 12, lay burst in the grass. I obsessively appropriate afresh I wasn't absolution this slide. I alleged I advocate the abutting mourning. Turns out there's a little accepted aphorism in best states alleged Bach trespass. Basically, if addition cuts bottomward your timberline after permission, they can owe you 3 times the amount of the tree, and that oak wasn't aloof any tree. It was about 60 years old. The arborist's address admired it at $10,000. Do the math. That meant Karen and the HOA could be on the angle for $30,000. Aback the accusation affidavit it were served, the absolute adjacency buzzed. You could about feel the astriction at the abutting HOA meeting. Karen, accustomed to act confident, sitting at the arch of the table with her accepted complacent grin. "Mr. Allen," she said, "this accusation is frivolous. The HOA has amnesty for association decisions. My lawyer, sitting beside me, didn't alike blink. Not aback those decisions absorbed clandestine acreage damage, and not aback one affiliate acts al fresco of Lath approval." He slid a photo beyond the table, Karen continuing beside the timberline. Crew giving them orders. The Lath associates looked horrified. One whispered, "She didn't acquaint us, she accustomed it." Karen's smile faltered. "That's aback," my advocate added, and aback the HOA admiral accepted this wasn't a Lath accustomed action. This is now claimed liability. You couldn't accept heard a pin drop. Over the abutting few weeks, chat advanced fast. Neighbors started alienated her. Some alike apologized to me for how out of Duke she'd gotten, but Karen, she angled down. She filed complaints claiming I was afflictive her. She alike accustomed to acquisition me for backyard debris, which by the way was from her timberline cutting. My advocate told me, "Don't react. Let her dig her own hole." So I kept calm, bankrupt up my yard, took pictures, accurate everything. Then 2 months later we went to baby claims court. Now, if you've never apparent a Karen in court, it's a afterimage to behold. She strutted in cutting a blazer and pearls, accustomed a binder blubbery abundant to asphyxiate a tree. She started strong too. "Your Honor, this timberline was an assurance hazard and non-compliant with HOA agriculture rules." The adjudicator aloft an eyebrow. "Did you accept accounting allotment from the homeowner?" She stammered. "Well, no, but did the HOA Lath vote to abolish it?" "No, but the adjudicator cut her off." Afresh, "Why did you acquaint workers to access his property?" Her articulation cracked. "I was acting in the best absorption of the community." The adjudicator leaned back. "That may be, but it wasn't your call, and based on the evidence, you destroyed clandestine property." He angry to my lawyer. "Mr. Allen, your affirmation for amercement is valid. The cloister awards you $30,000. You could see the exact moment Karen accomplished she'd lost. Her jaw dropped. She angry to the Lath president, whispering, "You can't let him do this." He aloof shrugged. "You're on your own, Karen." Ages later, I got the check. $30,000 aloof like the cloister ordered. You perceive what I did. I didn't buy a car. I didn't go on vacation. I acclimated it to bulb 3 new oak copse appropriate area the old one stood. Each one had a baby assurance at its abject in anamnesis of dad, and for those who anticipate they own what isn't theirs, Karen still lives a few houses down. She avoids eye acquaintance whenever she walks by. The new copse are advancing, and every bounce bird's body their nests in the branches again, and me, every time I sit on that balustrade with a cup of coffee, I can't advise but smile, because sometimes the best animus isn't shouting or fighting. It's acceptable agilely with an analysis in the mail, and 3 cops continuing taller than